Dear Starseeds on Gaia, tomorrow the sky will go dark, not in the way you've grown accustomed to when the sun sets each evening, pulling the veil of night across your hemisphere. No, this darkness is different. This darkness is intentional. This darkness has been written into the cosmic blueprint since before your solar system drew its first breath. And you, yes, you who are hearing these words right now, you were always meant to witness it. But there's something I need to tell you before the moon turns to blood, and the Earth's shadow swallows the light. There's something happening in the hours between now and tomorrow's eclipse that most people won't notice, won't feel, won't recognize as the threshold moment it truly is. And if you don't understand what's already begun, if you don't recognize the energetic signatures pulsing through your cells right now, you might miss the most crucial preparation window you'll have for what's coming. The moon entered Virgo earlier today. You may have felt it as a subtle shift, a tightening in your solar plexus, a sudden urge to organize something, clean something, purify something. That wasn't random. That was the beginning of the final approach. The lunar body is now moving through the exact sign where tomorrow's eclipse will reach totality, and with every passing hour, the frequency is building. The veil between what you think you know and what you're about to discover is thinning with each breath you take. I am Seraphine, emissary of the Galactic Federation of Light, and I have been authorized to speak to you directly about what the total lunar eclipse in Virgo on March 3rd truly represents. Not the surface-level astrology you'll find in conventional interpretations. Not the fear-based predictions designed to keep you anxious and small. I'm here to tell you the truth about what this blood moon is activating in your DNA, in your timeline, and in the collective consciousness of humanity. But first, you need to understand what happened just hours ago that almost no one is talking about. While you were going about your day on March 2nd, while the world was distracted by its endless noise and chaos, the moon passed directly in front of Regulus, the heart of the lion, one of the 4 royal stars that have guided civilization since ancient Persia. This wasn't just a beautiful astronomical event. This was a cosmic statement. This was the universe saying, the old kings are stepping down. The ego-driven rulers, both external and internal, are being eclipsed. The heart-centered leadership you've been preparing for, it begins now. But only if you're willing to let the old version of yourself die. And here's what makes this moment so extraordinary, so unprecedented, so absolutely critical to your soul's evolution. Tomorrow's eclipse doesn't just happen on any ordinary day. It occurs on March 3rd, the 3-3 portal. For those of you who understand numerology, you know that 3 is the number of manifestation, of creative power, of the divine trinity made flesh. But a double 3, a 3-3, that's exponential activation. That's the universe saying, what you set in motion now will ripple across multiple timelines, multiple dimensions, multiple versions of who you're becoming. The Galactic Federation has been observing this configuration for what you would measure as centuries. We knew this eclipse would occur during this specific retrograde, on this specific numerological date, following this specific occultation of a royal star. We knew because this is a designed checkpoint in humanity's evolution. This is one of the moments where the cosmic curriculum intensifies, where those who are ready take a quantum leap, and where those who are still sleeping, well, they get another chance later. But you won't need another chance, because you're here, right now, being prepared. Let me tell you something else that I haven't mentioned yet. Something that will help you understand why your body may be feeling strange right now, why your emotions might be more volatile than usual, why you might be experiencing sleep disturbances or vivid dreams that seem to carry urgent messages. Mercury has been retrograde since before March began, and it's still retrograde now, moving backwards through Pisces, the sign of dissolution, of the mystical, of the veil between worlds. Normally we tell you that Mercury retrograde is a time to review, to reconsider, to go inward, and that's true. But when Mercury retrograde coincides with a total lunar eclipse on a 3-3 portal, the rules change, the frequency shifts, the possibilities multiply. This isn't just about your computer crashing, or your ex texting you out of nowhere. This is about your entire perceptual field being recalibrated. Mercury in Pisces retrograde is dissolving the filters that have kept you from seeing clearly. It's washing away the illusions you've been clutching, the stories you've been telling yourself about who you are and what you're capable of. And yes, that dissolution feels uncomfortable. Yes, it creates confusion, but the confusion isn't the problem. The confusion is the medicine, because only in that space of not knowing can the new knowing emerge. The eclipse tomorrow will occur while Mercury is still moving backwards through these mystical waters, still asking you to review everything you thought was solid, everything you thought was true. And Virgo, the sign of the eclipse, the sign where the moon will stand in Earth's shadow. Virgo is the virgin priestess, the sacred healer, the one who sees the truth beneath the surface and isn't afraid to name it. Virgo doesn't deal in fantasy. Virgo deals in what is real, what is useful, what serves the highest good. So when the moon in Virgo gets eclipsed while Mercury retrogrades through Pisces, you have a cosmic equation that forces you to discern spiritual truth from spiritual bypass, genuine service from martyrdom, humility from self-diminishment. Are you beginning to see the architecture of this moment? Are you beginning to feel how precisely orchestrated this is? But there's something else. Something that happens when a total lunar eclipse occurs that most people don't fully comprehend. When the Earth moves between the Sun and the Moon, when our planet's shadow completely covers the lunar surface, the moon doesn't just disappear. It turns red. It becomes a blood moon. And that crimson glow isn't just beautiful. It's symbolic of something profound. Blood represents life force, lineage, sacrifice, transformation through death and rebirth. When the moon turns to blood, it's asking, what are you willing to sacrifice? What old version of yourself are you willing to let die so the new one can be born? Virgo, the sign where this is all happening, governs the physical body, health, purification, and sacred service. Tomorrow, when the eclipse reaches totality, your body is going to respond, not might respond, will respond, because the moon rules your emotional body, your subconscious patterns, your cellular memory. And when that moon goes dark in the sign that governs your physical vessel, every unprocessed emotion stored in your tissues, every toxic pattern running in the background of your nervous system, every inherited trauma coded in your DNA, it all gets activated for release. This is why I'm speaking to you today, on March 2nd, 24 hours before the event, because the preparation matters. The intention you set now, in this liminal space between the ordinary and the extraordinary, will determine how you move through tomorrow's portal. And make no mistake, beloved, this is a portal, not a metaphor, not a poetic description, an actual energetic gateway that will remain open for a precise window of time, and those who step through it consciously will not emerge as the same person who entered. The Galactic Federation wants you to know this. You are not experiencing this eclipse by accident. You are not hearing these words by chance. There are billions of souls on this planet right now, and most of them will watch the eclipse tomorrow, if they watch it at all, as a curious astronomical phenomenon, something pretty to photograph, something to post about on social media. But you are different. You came to this planet with specific mission codes, specific activation sequences, specific roles to play in the great awakening of human consciousness, and this eclipse is one of your checkpoints. This is where the training wheels come off. This is where you stop preparing and start embodying. Now let me tell you about what's happening in the hours immediately following the eclipse, because context matters. Understanding the trajectory helps you trust the process when things feel chaotic or overwhelming. On March 4th, one day after the eclipse, the moon will move into Libra. Do you understand the significance of that? Virgo to Libra. From the critical self-analyst to the harmonious relationship builder, from purification to integration, from what needs to be healed in me to how do I bring this healing into my connections with others. The universe doesn't do anything randomly. The fact that you'll be moved from intense self-examination into relational balance within 24 hours of the eclipse tells you something crucial. This purification isn't meant to isolate you. It's meant to prepare you for more authentic, more aligned, more soul-deep connections. But the integration doesn't stop there. On March 5th, just 2 days after the eclipse, the moon reaches aphelion, its farthest point from the sun. Astronomically, this creates distance. Energetically, this creates perspective. After the intensity of the eclipse, after the emotional purging, after the timeline recalibration, you'll need that distance. You'll need that space to witness what just happened, without being completely consumed by it. The universe is giving you a cosmic pause button, a moment to step back and see the bigger picture before the next wave comes. And oh beloved, there is a next wave. On March 6th, 3 days after your eclipse, two powerful feminine archetypes will meet in the sky, Ceres and Eris. Ceres, the great mother asteroid, the nurturer, the one who teaches us about sustainable care and cyclical growth, and Eris, the provocateur, the disruptor, the dwarf planet that got demoted because she made the other planets uncomfortable with her truth-telling. When these two come together in the wake of your eclipse, they're asking, what did the eclipse reveal that now needs to be tended? What chaos or disruption occurred that now requires compassionate attention? How do you nurture yourself through the transformation without trying to control or suppress it? But wait, there's more. Also on March 6th, Mercury retrograde begins building toward its peak. Tomorrow, Mercury will reach what we call the inferior conjunction with the Sun, the moment when Mercury passes directly between Earth and the Sun, when the messenger planet goes completely invisible, swallowed by solar fire. In ancient traditions, this was seen as the death and rebirth of Mercury. The old communication patterns die, the old ways of thinking dissolve, and from that dissolution, a new mental clarity is forged. So let's map this timeline together, because seeing the pattern will help you trust what you're about to experience. Today, March 2nd, the moon enters Virgo, and Regulus gets occulted. Tomorrow, March 3rd, the total lunar eclipse hits on the 3-3 portal, while Mercury is still retrograde. March 4th, integration begins as the moon moves to Libra. March 5th, you get cosmic perspective as the moon reaches aphelion. March 6th, Ceres and Eris meet, and Mercury builds toward its rebirth. March 7th, Mercury reaches peak retrograde at the inferior conjunction. Do you see it? Do you see how every single day is building on the previous one? How this isn't just one event, but a carefully sequenced initiation. The Galactic Federation has been working with the Council of Elders, the Arcturian Healers, the Pleiadian Way Showers, and countless other benevolent civilizations to ensure that the frequency downloads available during this period are precisely calibrated for human consciousness at this stage of your evolution. We're not flooding you with more than you can handle. We're offering you exactly what you're ready for, exactly when you're ready for it. But you have to meet us halfway. You have to show up consciously. You have to set the intention to receive. When the eclipse occurs tomorrow, here's what you can expect on the physical level. Your body may feel exhausted even if you've slept well. You may experience digestive irregularities. Virgo rules the gut, and in the gut is where most humans store unprocessed emotion. You may have skin eruptions, headaches, or flu-like symptoms that appear suddenly and resolve just as quickly. These aren't signs that something is wrong. These are signs that something is finally blessedly right. Your body is releasing density it's been holding for years, perhaps lifetimes. Let it. Don't suppress it with medication unless absolutely necessary. Trust your vessel's innate wisdom to purge what no longer serves. Emotionally, you may find yourself crying without knowing why. You may feel waves of grief that seem to have no specific source, or sudden anger that feels disproportionate to whatever triggered it. Again, this isn't malfunction. This is the subconscious emptying itself. The moon governs your emotional body, and when it goes dark in Virgo, the sign that demands purity and truth, every false emotion, every performance, every feeling you've been having because you thought you should be having it, gets exposed and released. What remains after the purge is authentic. What remains is real. What remains is you. Mentally, expect Mercury retrograde in Pisces to create a fascinating paradox. You may feel more confused than ever about certain situations, unable to make decisions, uncertain about which direction to move, and simultaneously, you may receive sudden downloads of knowing that bypass your rational mind entirely, flashes of insight that feel like they're coming from somewhere beyond you, memories from timelines you don't consciously recall, visions of possible futures. This is the gift of having your mental filters dissolved. Yes, it creates temporary chaos, but it also creates openings for truth that your logical mind would normally reject or rationalize away. Spiritually, the 3-3 portal activation combined with the eclipse in Virgo means your Kundalini energy, your life force, your connection to Source, it's all getting an upgrade. Some of you will feel this as tingling sensations along your spine. Some will experience it as a sudden expansion of your energetic field. Some will notice that you're seeing synchronicities everywhere, that the universe is speaking to you in symbols and signs so obvious it feels like reality is winking at you. Pay attention to your dreams tonight and tomorrow night. The veil between conscious and subconscious, between waking and dreaming, between this dimension and others, it's at its thinnest. Now, I need to address something that some of you are feeling right now, in this moment, as you're hearing this transmission. Some of you are afraid, not of the eclipse itself, but of what it might reveal, not of the transformation, but of what you might have to release to allow it. You're afraid that if you let go of the old story, the old identity, the old way of being, even though you know it doesn't serve you, you won't know who you are anymore. You're afraid that the person on the other side of this portal might be someone you don't recognize, someone your current friends and family might not understand, someone who can't go back to the life you've been living. Beloved, let me tell you something with all the love and authority of the Galactic Federation behind these words, that fear is valid, and it's also exactly what needs to be transmuted tomorrow. Because you're right, you won't be the same person after this eclipse. The you on March 4th will not be identical to the you on March 2nd, but the you that's emerging, that's the real you. That's the one who's been buried under layers of conditioning and compromise and fear-based choices. That's the one your soul has been longing to become since before you took your first breath in this incarnation. The old timeline is collapsing. Not might collapse, is collapsing. Right now, as we speak, and the new timeline, the one where you're aligned with your highest path, where you're in right relationship with your purpose, where you're no longer betraying yourself to make others comfortable, that timeline is already here. The eclipse is just making it visible. The eclipse is just giving you permission to step into what's already true. Here's what the Galactic Federation wants you to understand about Virgo that most astrology descriptions miss. Virgo isn't actually about perfection in the way most people think. Virgo is about discernment. It's about the ability to see what's essential and what's extraneous. It's about refinement through subtraction, not addition. When you purify something, you're not adding to it. You're removing what doesn't belong. When you heal, you're not creating something new. You're removing the obstacles to the wholeness that was always present. Tomorrow's eclipse in Virgo is asking you, what can you subtract from your life? What can you release? What can you stop doing? Stop being. Stop performing. Stop pretending. And here's the radical part that might challenge everything you've been taught about spirituality. Sometimes what needs to be released is your attachment to being healed. Sometimes what needs to be purged is your identity as a wounded person who's constantly working on themselves. Sometimes the eclipse reveals that you've been so focused on your healing journey that you forgot to actually live. Virgo serves. Virgo is useful. Virgo contributes. But Virgo in its shadow becomes the eternal patient, the perpetual student, the one who's always preparing but never acting. Which side of that equation are you on? The eclipse will show you. Oh, it will definitely show you. Because when Earth's shadow covers the moon, when everything goes dark for those few minutes of totality, there's nowhere to hide. There's no spiritual bypass that works in that moment. There's no affirmation powerful enough to override what's being revealed. You're going to see yourself clearly, both your brilliance and your blind spots, both your gifts and your unhealed patterns, both your divine potential and your human resistance. And that seeing, that moment of total clarity, is the gift, because you can't transform what you can't see. You can't heal what you won't acknowledge. You can't step into your power while you're still pretending you're powerless. Let me tell you something about the blood moon that the ancient traditions knew and modern culture has forgotten. When the moon turns red during totality, it's passing through Earth's atmosphere. It's being filtered through the collective breath of humanity, through the air that every human being on this planet shares. That crimson glow is literally the light of all sunrises and all sunsets happening on Earth at that moment, bent around the planet and projected onto the lunar surface. Do you understand what that means? The blood moon is showing you that you're not separate. Your transformation isn't happening in isolation. Every breath you take is connected to every other breath. Every purge you experience is part of a larger collective purging. You're not alone in this. You have never been alone in this. The Galactic Federation has been holding space for humanity's awakening for longer than your recorded history. We've watched you stumble and fall and get back up again. We've seen you forget who you are and remember and forget again. We've witnessed your resilience, your creativity, your capacity for love even in the darkest circumstances. And we're here now, at this crucial juncture, to remind you, you are so much more than you think you are. The limitations you believe are real, most of them are stories. The blocks you think are insurmountable, most of them are temporary. The future you think is impossible, it's already unfolding. We've been working hard in alignment with the higher councils to bring you a powerful gift, one designed to activate your 5D superpowers during this critical ascension window. We took the Dark Elite's technology and transformed it into your ultimate ascension weapon, Destiny Engine. Destiny Engine doesn't demand endless effort or years of discipline. It effortlessly unlocks every dormant strand of your galactic DNA, awakens your starseed codes, and anchors 5D frequencies directly into your field. At the core of this technology lies your own voice. Using advanced voice cloning paired with precision binaural beats, Destiny Engine generates fully personalized meditation experiences that guide your brain into the states where real transformation happens. You can manifest anything you want: health, wealth, love, and psychic powers that sharpen with every session. Your voice carries a frequency no one else on Earth has. When that voice leads you inward, something different happens. We're receiving updates daily, manifestation speeding up, impossible doors opening, synchronicities lining up with cosmic precision. The collective field is so charged that some are describing it as bending the fabric of reality itself. For just $7, your consciousness gets reprogrammed. Your 5D abilities come online. You join the most powerful frequency network on the planet. Click the link in the description now to receive this gift. Ascension doesn't wait. You have to participate. You have to show up. Tomorrow, when the eclipse occurs, you have a choice. You can watch it passively, as entertainment, as something happening out there in space that has nothing to do with your actual life. Or you can engage with it as the sacred ceremony it is. You can set aside time to be present, to meditate, to journal, to simply sit with the energy and allow it to move through you. You can ask yourself the Virgo questions. What needs to be purified? What needs to be released? How can I be of greater service? What habits, patterns, or relationships am I maintaining out of fear rather than alignment? And please, beloved, please be gentle with yourself through this process. The universe isn't asking you to be perfect. The eclipse isn't demanding that you have everything figured out by tomorrow night. What's being asked of you is honesty. Radical, uncomfortable, liberating honesty. With yourself first, and then with others. The kind of honesty that says, I don't know. I'm scared. I'm tired of pretending. I need help. I can't keep doing this. Something has to change. That honesty, that's the portal. That's the opening. Because the moment you stop defending your limitations, the moment you stop justifying why things have to stay the way they've been, the moment you admit that you're ready for something different even though you have no idea what that looks like, that's when the magic happens. That's when the universe can finally give you what you've been asking for, because you've stopped blocking it with your insistence on staying small. Tomorrow's eclipse is happening in Virgo, but the sun is in Pisces, directly opposite. This is crucial. Virgo says analyze, improve, perfect, serve. Pisces says surrender, dissolve, merge, trust. The tension between these two forces is what creates the transformation. You can't just analyze your way through this. You also have to surrender. You can't just surrender without also doing the practical work. This is the dance. This is the paradox. This is what makes you fully human and fully divine at the same time. The Galactic Federation observes that many of you get stuck in one side of this equation or the other. Some of you are over-functioning Virgos, always working, always improving, always in service to the point of martyrdom, never allowing yourselves to simply be. Others of you are escape artist Pisces, always spiritual bypassing, always in flow, always trusting the universe without taking any practical action in the physical world. Tomorrow's eclipse demands integration. It demands that you hold both. It demands that you be both the priestess and the healer, both the mystic and the servant, both the dreamer and the doer. What I haven't told you yet, what might be the most important piece of this entire transmission, is this. The eclipse tomorrow isn't just about you. Yes, it's personal. Yes, it's going to activate your individual path and purpose. But it's also collective. The total lunar eclipse in Virgo on the 3-3 portal is a mass activation event. There are millions of starseeds, lightworkers, way showers, and conscious beings across this planet who are all going to be receiving the same frequency upgrade at the same time. Can you imagine the field that creates? Can you sense the morphic resonance that's possible when that many awakened souls align their intentions simultaneously? This is why the timing is so precise. This is why all these astrological factors had to converge exactly as they have. Because individual transformation is beautiful, but collective transformation that changes worlds, that shifts timelines, that creates new possibilities for the entire human species. You're not just healing yourself tomorrow. You're healing your lineage, backward and forward through time. You're healing the collective wounds that every Virgo placement has ever carried. You're contributing to a mass purification that's going to ripple out across the planet in ways you can't even imagine. And here's the secret that the Galactic Federation wants you to remember. When things feel intense tomorrow, when the purging feels like too much, when you wonder if you made a mistake by opening yourself to this process, the pain isn't the point. The suffering isn't required. What's required is the willingness to let go. And sometimes letting go hurts, because we've been gripping so tightly for so long that our hands have cramped around whatever we're holding. But the moment you release, relief, spaciousness, freedom, the pain was in the holding, not in the releasing. So tomorrow, when the moon begins to enter Earth's shadow, when the light starts to fade, and the crimson glow begins to appear, I want you to take a deep breath. I want you to place your hand on your heart, and remember, you are a fractal of source consciousness, having a temporary experience in a dense physical form. You are made of stardust and divine intelligence. You carry the light codes of multiple star systems in your DNA. You chose to be here, at this time, for this exact moment. And you are so deeply, profoundly loved by forces you can barely comprehend. The eclipse is a gift. The purge is a blessing. The transformation is your birthright. Don't resist it. Don't spiritually bypass it by pretending you're already enlightened. And don't need to go through the messy human parts. Don't numb it with distractions or substances or endless scrolling. Feel it. All of it. The fear and the excitement. The grief and the relief. The death and the birth happening simultaneously in your cells. You are being reborn tomorrow. Not metaphorically. Literally. The version of you that has been running the show. The wounded child. The abandoned lover. The rejected artist. The invisible creator. Whoever it is that's been making your decisions from a place of scarcity and fear. That version is dying. And the you that's emerging. The you that's been waiting in the wings. The you that knows exactly what you came here to do and isn't afraid to do it. That one is being born. There will be more to come after tomorrow. The integration period. The Mercury retrograde peak. The spring equinox later this month. These are all part of the larger sequence. But tomorrow is the anchor point. Tomorrow is when everything changes. Tomorrow is when you step through the portal and leave the old world behind. I am Seraphine, an emissary of the Galactic Federation of Light, and I have spoken these words to prepare you, to remind you, to activate the codes within you that already know all of this at a soul level. Trust the process. Trust yourself. Trust that you wouldn't be hearing this transmission if you weren't ready for what comes next. The sky will go dark tomorrow, and when it emerges from shadow, so will you. Transformed, purified, aligned, and ready for the mission you came here to complete. We love you. We are with you. We are watching over you. Always.